Hello again, everybody. This is Margaret from Margaret's Tarot Readings. Welcome back. And I spoke to you earlier, a few months ago, on the online Dublin Mind and Body Experience about this guy, the Emperor. This is a big guy here who's causing all the trouble this year in 2020. Just very briefly to recap, this is the year of the Emperor. Okay, now in any deck of tarot cards, there are 78 cards, and of those cards, 52 are minor arcana and 22 are major arcana. Now, what is a major tarot card? Major arcana or major trump cards. They usually indicate a major event or change in your life. So if you draw a trump card, or your reader tells you this is a trump card or a major arcana, pay attention, because any trump card usually has huge influence over what's happening to you at the moment or in the future. Okay, so going back to this guy here, this is number 4 here on top. You can see number 4, and he is the Emperor. And look at him sitting there all regal, and you wouldn't argue with this guy, and you don't. Now, if you pull the Emperor in any reading, not just this year, but any time, he's actually a good guy to have on your side. But you see how I'll tell you what he represents now. Stability, security, order and assertiveness. He's quite assertive as well. Structure, authority, regulation, discipline, setting down rules and boundaries, building on solid foundations. He says, ground yourself, focus down. And he's very he's asking you to believe in yourself and believe in your own abilities. Get organised so that you can be more effective. And by golly, have we been doing that this year. Now, the other thing about this guy is, I'll just show you other pictures of him. This is from another tarot deck. He doesn't look quite as terrifying there, but he looks very authoritative nevertheless, doesn't he? Okay, and here he is again. This is a much softer side of him, but this is the Emperor, and it says here, excuse me, organization and logic, structure and discipline, and leadership. So they are his main keywords, as well as the others, which I said earlier on. Now, just here he is again, this guy, in another deck of cards. Okay, and one big word, authority. Okay, now he's actually a very nice guy. Like I said earlier, a very good guy to have on your side, but he's also a don't mess with me guy. Okay, so he stands for structure, laying good foundations, getting organized, okay, and building up on more already solid foundations. So what he also represents Aries. Now, you know the way Aries are used to getting what they want. They're fiery creatures, and they can have a temper, short temper, and they're used to getting what they want. So this is the Emperor. So you don't mess with this guy, okay? But he says also, this year's structure and order are your friends. And he said, your dreams may be valid and sound, but they still need guidelines and organization so that they can manifest themselves properly. Above all, believe in yourself. Believe in your own abilities. Get organized so that you can be more effective. Now, the other number 4 is this guy. Can I come back here? This is Archangel Michael. This is in the Angel Tarot cards. And Archangel Michael. And of all the archangels, this guy is the boss. So there's no messing. This guy is definitely the boss. And he says, call upon Archangel Michael for courage and strength and protection as you make important and necessary life changes. So he's saying, don't be afraid, because, and you've nothing to fear, because he's on your side. The Emperor's on your side if you draw the Emperor. And so is Archangel Michael. However, this being the year of the Emperor, he has really come into force, because we've seen things we've never seen before. huge change. Everyone has been affected in some format or other. He says little things like, use this time just to get organised. Use this time to catch up on jobs, to catch up on rest, to catch up on time you never had before, to do things for yourself. Whether it's plant something in the garden, or whether it's to start writing that book, start writing that piece of music, start knitting that jumper, start making that patchwork quilt. Take up yoga online, because nobody can see you, so you can't make a fool of yourself. So you have nothing to be afraid of. So use every cloud has a silver lining. So use all those silver linings to the best of your ability, okay? Be proactive and be positive. Take all the positives out of everything that life has thrown at us in recent months. And this has been a long, long year. And as I'm speaking to you now, it's now mid-November. So really, we've only 6 weeks left. However, COVID has taken its toll on all of us, some more than others. And we're all absolutely, totally fed up at this stage. And we have to keep reminding ourselves how lucky we actually are, even if you're not feeling lucky. But there are always people far worse off than you. But this is important now. Your dreams. Don't forget your dreams. Work on them. If you're lacking in self-confidence, this guy is saying, go for it. He's sitting there on his throne, ramrod straight, saying, this is yours for the taking. Just go out and grab it with both hands. Do everything now. Take this time to do things, and even to say things that you were always afraid to do first. This is a year for leadership and organisation, and we've never seen it so much before now. I won't say all politicians, but most politicians have had to stand up and do their job this year. And we've had to adhere to different rules and regulations. They weren't always favourable. We've all been frustrated, to say the very least. However, we have to do this. It's a worldwide pandemic. And the Emperor is just saying, like, don't worry, don't keep your cool. You're in charge. We are in charge. We can beat this together. Okay? Now, remember the main little words, believe in yourself. We've all had huge learning experiences this year. Look at now, he says, use leadership, logic, strength, wisdom and power, good reasoning and problem-solving skills. Learn to develop strong mental control over our emotions. Now that's easier said than done, we all know that, okay? But he's saying really use logic and reason to create a positive outcome. He's saying as well, like, stop talking and act in order to achieve the outcome you want. Now, that's easier. Everything's easier said than done. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all just snap our fingers like that and knuckle down to it, and everything will just manifest itself out of the blue. However, he's saying just go for it. Do it. And there's never been a better time than this year. We're all tired. We're tired from doing nothing. We're tired because we're frustrated. We're tired because we feel helpless. We're tired because we feel like we have no control. And that really can manifest itself in negative ways. However, he's saying, like, take back your power. You are in charge. You are in charge of your own life. Certainly, there's things we can't do. We cannot physically go out there. We can't physically travel. We can't physically socialise at the moment and probably for the foreseeable future. However, we will all get back to our socialising and our whatever we can call a normal life as much as possible very soon. But we all have to adhere in the meantime. But he's saying, you just sit there, sit pretty on your throne and do things for yourself and do things for others as well, but not if it's putting yourself out. Maintain your dignity and hold on to your precious energy. because we've needed all the energy we've had this year. Also, if we were feeling so frustrated and annoyed with ourselves for procrastination and lacking energy and just feeling so fed up, and there's a lot of guilty feelings out there because I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should be going here, I should be going there. You can't. It's out of your control. It's not for you to do. So just worry about keeping yourself healthy and safe for the moment. Okay? Now, that's just a little bit about the Emperor. And this is the year of the Emperor. And strangely enough, I was abroad in January and February this year. And I was doing tarot readings for people before COVID took a hold on us. And every single reading I did, the Emperor, this guy kept popping up. No matter which set of cards I used, this little guy kept popping up. And I said, by golly, that's real unusual. I said, I know this is the year of the Emperor, but there were strong, clear indications and messages from this guy. Okay? So no wonder he kept coming up. And the other thing is, if you look, this guy is number 4. See it on this one as well. And all number 4s mean laying down foundations, taking a step back, reviewing a situation, focus down, write down lists if you have to the old-fashioned way, or even if it's just in your head. And write down, pros and cons, to-do lists, whatever you like to call them yourself. And just get, for any action you can't physically take at the moment, or for anywhere you can't physically go to or travel to, just at least you can write them down on paper and do your research and do as much background work as you can before we can all get back into the wide open physical world again. And number 4 is saying, though, especially there's the 4 of Swords to say rest and rejuvenate, sit back, take time out to relax. And especially over the next 4 weeks, maybe even 4 months, just at least until the end of this winter, let's just, adhere to all the rules, all the regulations. They are there to serve us. They are there in our best interests and in our family and friends' best interests. And just sit back. Don't feel guilty. Lose all the guilt. Don't feel guilty for doing nothing or for having a duvet day or a couch day. There's nowhere to go. And now with the weather being so bad, sure, we're lucky if we can get outside for a walk, bring the dogs out or bring the kids out or whatever. So it's just saying to you as well, you can only do so much at the present time. So lose any guilt you have. We're all guilty of procrastination. And then you feel, that makes you feel, guilt makes you feel tired. And tiredness makes you feel guilty again. So it's a vicious old circle. But just cop on and realize that there's only so much you can do at the moment. And whatever you physically can't do, just take this time and use it to rest and rejuvenate. Have a duvet day. Have a day in with the kids. Have a day in by yourself. Have a weekend by yourself if you're lucky. Go into a cave under a duvet if you want to. Like God bless Netflix and Sky, because at least we can watch those. But do it all guilt-free. Okay? And then hopefully, and please God, when we're all back to normal, which should be hopefully very soon, and it can't come soon enough, but just until you can get back out there in the big physical world, take care, have a rest, guilt-free. And in the meantime, if you want a reading, I'm available on Skype, on Zoom, email, phone, WhatsApp, video, and Facebook. So please contact me. I'd be delighted to meet you and delighted to read for you. And my readings are €50, although sometimes I have special offers on, but my readings are €50 and they usually last between 30 and 60 minutes. Okay, so in the meantime, stay safe and mind yourselves and be good to each other. Okay.